Alright guys, so this is a mix of two beers. We'll get a look of it and then we'll see what we got here. We'll go over and take a seat, we'll talk a little bit about this, and we'll do a little catching up what's going on this week. Alright, give you a quick update of what's going on this week. So in this keg, that's a fermenting keg, that's what I do, is I ferment in pin locks. This is coming down right now. This is actually at 10 psi. This is Gary Maine Brew Guy. This is his NEIPA recipe. I'll try to link that below. This is the second time I've brewed it. So that got dry hopped last night with 3 ounces of Citra and 3 ounces of Mosaic. So I'm actually going to take this out and start cold crashing it. And then this is my Searching for Shade sour. It's a sour base that gets pineapple, papaya, mango, and dragon fruit. Alright guys, thought I'd do a little Wally effect type of pour for you. This is a homebrew Wednesday on a Friday, so thought I'd just check in. Been meaning to do it all week and been trying to get it together and just haven't been able to, so one thing or another just pops up. So this is what I'm calling Tap Out Sour, Tap Out IPA Sour. So Tap Out for Tap Out Brewing, Maine Brew Guy Gary. So that is his. This is a sample. So this is my second brew. If you haven't checked out a video he's got out, it is brewing a NEIPA, New England style IPA. A really, really good video. Takes you step by step through the whole process of his recipe. So I brewed it, really, really liked it. It's a 50-50 split, 50% split of Pilsner and Golden Promise. And then it's got flaked adjuncts to go into it. It's got oats, flaked barley, torrefied wheat, flaked wheat in as well. And then it is, the base beer is hopped with clean hop, like a Warrior Magnum. I used Warrior in mine. Actually, I think I used CTZ now I think about it. I know Nick and Brandon at Exit 12 talked about using CTZ. They liked it in their NEIPA, so I think I used that in this one. And then the original, I had a Lalamond New England style yeast. This one is the second batch. I liked it so much I turned it right around and did it again. It's hopped with Citra and Mosaic. It's 3 ounces each of those at Whirlpool at 185 for 10 minutes, and then dry hopped after fermentation's finished. So no biotransfer, any of that type of stuff. And it's dry hopped for 24 hours with 3 more ounces of each of those, Citra and Mosaic. This one with SO4, so I'm interested to see how this one turned out. I bumped up the Golden Promise just a little bit. I was hoping to get a little bit more orange out of it. We'll see after it gets into a glass. It's still looking a little yellow for what I'm looking for, just to see what I could get out of it. But we ended up at 1064 original gravity, and 1014 was the final. The last packet of yeast, I think I ended up at 1012 was original. So I named the beer Tap Out IPA in honor of Gary putting that out, and such a really good beer. I was really impressed with it. So, and then I have a friend of mine gave me a can of a sour IPA. I'd never had one before, and I really, really liked it. Now on tap over there on number 1, I have my beer that's called Searching for Shade. It is a sour that is, I make a base sour. If I think about it, I'll link to this video. I have a video on just how I do my sours, and again, it's just my process. But then it is dry fruited, if you want to call it that. It's basically sour fermentation finishes, and then from that point on, I put different types of fruit into my sours. And this one has pineapple, mango, papaya, and one more, and I'm trying to think what it is now. I'll try to remember. I've got a quick video I'll try to put together with it. So it's a 50-50 mix of an IPA, NEIPA, and a sour. So cilantro, gents. I really like it. It's got a nice tartness to it, but it's not over the top. So it's not that super sour, like enamel type of peeling sour, but I really like the fruit that's in it. I know Gary talks about in his video, he puts mangoes in it, and from some of the videos that I've seen out, I think SJ's done a review Josh Hoover's done one, I believe. I think Matt at Wrecked has got a group of the beers that Gary sent out as well. I don't think he's done a review yet of that, but it's called Throat Punch, which I believe is, and Gary, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is the base recipe, and then he kind of takes it from there and he puts mangoes and fresh mangoes and fruit into his NEIPA from that point on. So I think he's kind of worked off of that base recipe. So a couple other things going on. We had a collab set up for tomorrow with Exit 12 Brewing. Unfortunately, we've had to bump that back just a few weeks. Just a couple of scheduling things, so not a big thing. I've got all my grains and everything's ready to go. Got a pretty cool collab that I think they're going to do. I've never done this style before, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Matt and I at Wrecked Brewing, we've done our Scotch ale, and I feel bad because I've been too darn lazy to get off my butt and get the beer kegged, but I finally got it kegged. It is in the tap. That is actually on number 3 over there. So that will be, we're kind of doing a little set and forget it type of thing to kind of bring the carbonation up. Want it to lager just a little bit, but it's a Scotch ale. It's a 9.2% Scotch ale. I've had a couple of samples. I like the samples so far. I actually just took a little bit of it out of there just to see what it would be like, and so far I'm really enjoying it. So I'm hoping that it'll be good for wintertime. And then I decided I'm going to do a brew tomorrow since we were supposed to have one anyways. I got a chance to brew on a 5-barrel system here in Rochester. Sager Beer Works is the name of the place. And they did just an open invitation to anybody that was interested to come out and help on a brew day on a Saturday. I got a chance to do it. And one of the cool things they let us do was try a bunch of their beers. And some of the stuff came right out of fermenters. They were carbonating it in the fermenters. And we got a chance to try all the beers. Spent, 6-7 hours going through a brew day on a 5-barrel system. We brewed an amber ale. But one of the beers that we tried, it was already kegged. It was called Ezra's Little Brother. It was a dark mild. And I've never brewed one, and I can't say that I've ever had one other than that, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to, I've kind of looked around, and since we had to pivot on that collab for tomorrow, I actually had most of the ingredients already here. So I'm going to give a dark mild a try. So it's a 1038 starting gravity. I'm going to use the English ale yeast, actually SO4, just like I did on this one. I don't have Maris Otter, so I'm just using pale. That's what a lot of people would use with Maris Otter in there. Use a little bit of Crystal 40, a little Cararoma that I have left over from the Scotch ale, and a little Carafa too. I talked to the brewer about what he did with his, and it had a little of that raisin date type of flavor to it. Real low gravity. It's going to end up being like in the middle, 3.5, 3.6%. Just looking for a light beer, but to have a lot of flavor into it, and just be something that's enjoyable to drink. So, all right. Well, I guess I've rambled on long enough. It's kind of what's going on at Woodshed. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving, an enjoyable time. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. I know the numbers here in the Rochester area are continuing to climb. Cases are going up every day. Hopefully all of you guys and your loved ones are staying safe, and I hope at some point here we can get back to normal. I don't know what normal's going to look like, but hopefully we can get back to some type of normalcy. So, all right, guys. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy it. A couple more weeks, and then we're off to Christmas break, and hopefully get a little bit more brewing in. So, let's launch it, gents.